So the other day I was playing Caitlyn top as I clearly have some childhood demons that need to be worked out, but at least I was doing better than the two brainless rug rats that Riot has crowned as my bot lane, so I ran and shoved a big ol' Piltover pellet into the tie-dyed lizard before doing a choreographed tap dance on my right click button to finish off the one with the wide hips. Sure enough, this is League, so the gratitude I was shown for my generous gank was in the form of telling me everything I was doing wrong, and just when I was about to respond in a way that would earn myself a chat restriction, this happened. I was being cordially invited to sit in my own base for 20 seconds with the color turned off on my screen by this bouncing Mr. Yuck sticker. The situation was looking like I'd have better odds of surviving if I was a pig and Logan Paul adopted me, but I kited around firing a few rounds into these hooded midget employees hoping that fleet footwork would do its damn job, but deep down, I knew eventually this uncoordinated blob of boogers would land a snot rocket and I would be psych-eyed. Juke that sucker welcomed his friend in to record his embarrassment for my TikTok, then asked them to call me a German car manufacturer because I was outie.
You have been slain.
Alright, getting into the video. The new season starts marked with the opening ceremony of this cinematic that Riot devs seemingly pieced together in one hungover afternoon, and game 1 I'm popping off like a champagne cork on New Year's Eve, which is great until you consider the supporting cast that Riot have so graciously assigned me. It all started when my mid laner set a world record of pure stupidity by managing to die to a Karma in lane at level 1. Then I guess he decided he would LeBron this joint and take his lack of talent to the South Beaches, where he'd die again, and my ADC would immediately follow the leader before flaming the support and revealing that he definitely drives a Mercedes that his daddy bought him by asking why none of us would dodge in our placement game so that his entitled taint wouldn't have to deal with a mole rat as his support. I quickly understood that I would need to roam like a T-Mobile data plan if we were to have any chance at winning, and thanks to a little visit from Clash Day Amumu I was committing homicides just about everywhere. But my solo queue teammates were still pointing their own jizz-ridden fingers at everyone but themselves. Mid was flaming, jungle bot was flaming bot, while repetitively informing us that Teemo was indeed alive at all times, which is more than you could say about anyone else. So the start of the season, game 1 I have 5 kills while my team is losing 14-5, and I'm thinking, how am I mentally going to survive another season of this? And here is what I came up with. Duo Q. You see, the Rift is a cold, lonely place when you are trying to get picks in the enemy jungle with no vision, overcommitted and getting squashed like a turd in Joe Biden's diaper. But when you have a duo that's 8 feet over 1v2ing, it helps you think your dumb death was worth. Picture having a little wobbling band-aid to tank towers for you when no one else will. They always say there's no I in team, but solo queue players know there's 4 I's in inting idiots, so removing 1 to queue with you and 4-man ult so that you can kill all kinds of necks I is the key. So yeah, you're probably thinking that telling league players to get a friend is less feasible than making money off of a crypto zoo investment, but that's where tapin.gg comes into play. Tapin.gg is a solo queue duo finder where you set up a simple profile and then can immediately look for players to queue with, whether it be just to make new friends or to push with skilled people to increase your odds of actually climbing by having one less random stupid shitter on your teams. It works on tons of games and lets you customize exactly what you are looking for in a butt buddy. It's a great tool to meet new friends that complement your playstyle or personality, and while I know some turbo virgins will use it looking for an easy carry so they can brag to their gramps at Thanksgiving dinner about their inflated rank on a game that he's never heard of, I'd like you to consider all the possibilities, like meeting the love of your life one day using it. So thank tapin.gg for sponsoring today's video. Check them out with my link in the description, and let's get into the power of rocking a duo in this piss pit of a game. Alright, so ranked game numero dos. Whoever calculates how many of my kills involve help from my duo gets a warm virtual hug from me, and I've been told my chest is nice to touch. As we see, I'm against Frostburn Butthole Mundo, but little does he know I have a little miscolored midget en route who just loves licking massive morons, which burns the big dude's flash, so I follow suit to make sure Rift Alexa announces my name as the lead suspect in his murder. Then J-Wub, my little wobbling duo dildo, is like the crying engage that could, as he sees a gank going down bot and hits them all with the reverse Uno card before positioning in a way where none of them can ignore his crying as the blind one pisses off, leaving just the 2 morons who queued bot thinking they will ever climb in that role to get ulted and slapped like a cheap bag of wine at a frat party. But naturally I get jealous about him giving attention to anyone's lane but my own, so I tell him to get his Clash Day gauze ass up here and park it in Riverbush until this slobbering ice cube does something stupid. But after wasting his time, we deem that those weeds must have had a camera in them only for their Lee Sin to think that pushing all of his buttons at the same time is the best way to enter the fight here. But luckily my handy dandy armless green headed midget was still in the area, so 2 licks kick some dicks and he went lickety splits. leaving just frozen dinner Frankenstein left, to which the Band-Aid is running the buddy system, willing to sacrifice himself for the greater Fed top laner good. Then I decide to take this traveling circus act consisting of a love dove carrying around a butch cut chick by her neck fat that Riot calls Quinn on the road because I'm allergic to laning normally, knowing that if I float around long enough I will attract the attention of some blind bimbo trying to do some uncoordinated kick combo on me, so I do some backflips off his face, fire a double dart into his sightless eyes and wait for my duo to steal my hard-earned kill. So then he's filling out the adoption paperwork for Sally the swollen ass scuttle crab while I am zoning by beating up a murder whore basset hound, which prompted the following high IQ comms out of us.
Just smite it. You didn't have?
Fucking couldn't, dude.
Why?
I wasn't paying attention.
A summoner has disconnected.
Which was a funny joke except for when Riot servers didn't let him back in for 3 minutes, but it's all good because when that little sad shitter came back he may have been 3 levels behind other players, but nothing was gonna stop him from licking and headbutting this piece of split pushing shit popsicle until our team's Foxy Mama came in to throw magical things at him. I then of course heard the words fighting over no objective and my ears perked up, blood rushed to the tip of my little flaccid Quinn dick as I zoomed in to do a little sly parkour into kill steal on the kicker with the cataracts, and then we all put on our running shoes to chase floppy donkey dick Fizz, who had a gold opportunity to ride his little trident dildo over the wall to safety, but in my elo we greed and then we feed. I'm now full-blown Tom Cruise White Sox would floor risky business killing the neighbor's dogs, knowing if that Jack slobbering popsicle comes I just keep showing him Belle Delphine OnlyFans pics, luring him further into danger, where my mid laner has agreed to meet up with me and then proceed to whiff her shit. So I guess you could say my master plan didn't work like a charm, but not to fear, my depressed duo is here and thankfully this friggin' Fizz still hasn't found any of his missing brain cells, so we collect our donation from the dumbass, and then you've probably heard the saying that Mundo goes where he pleases, so my current focus was making him pleased to go back to base as a dead bitch, which no thanks to Ari, did work like a charm. Then we've been working hard, so we decided to take a field trip south, hoping to cause some fatalities as I tell my butt buddy to do his best traffic cone impersonation and zone them, and it turns out some people don't like traffic cones as they attack him, but I guess he couldn't see that I was right there. Ta-da. Bing, that was a blind joke cause Lee is blind, get it? Wonder why no one ever tries to cancel me for that, but the second I call this soon to be dead Lucian Obama I will have a baker's dozen privileged white middle school girls in the comments saying they are offended. But it won't be racist when you are just using BBC's up your bunghole to spike your OnlyFans subs one day, will it, ladies? Side note for the advanced Quinn players, there's a combo that only the bravest of the bunch have successfully pulled off, and I was given the perfect opportunity to do so right here. And the duo dynamic has us treating the riff like it's Riley Reid on a casting couch, as we're taking advantage of every hole I'm splitting while he's sobbing to a dragon, and then I'm splitting more while he is personally reminding morons who queues bot lane in season 13 that they are dumber than a doorknob for thinking that players in that lane are anything more than a decoration in the current state of solo queue, as I keep splitting like I'm a banana with chocolate syrup over ice cream, and I'm not exactly sure why I was just welcomed over to take a shit on the Nexus, but I wasn't complaining. Side note, a plant did waddle over asking for water, but I decided it was best to just let her die, and there you have it. This Fed performance was sponsored by Duo Queuing, as you can see that almost every kill I got was assisted by the baby Band-Aid, which continued through the next few games as well. Not to mention the good old times you make playing with your buds.
That was clean. Wait, you're gonna take tower, you doofus! You dumbass!
Rav out.